This is HBU Huskies women's basketball on the DNA Husky Sports Network. Huskies basketball is brought to you by these corporate partners of HBU Athletics: Houston Federal Credit Union, Marriott Houston West Chase, the Memorial Hermann Healthcare System, Raising Cane's, Under Armour, Firehouse Subs, Pepsi, Shipley Donuts, 4 Points by Sheraton, IBEW Local 716, Jimmy John's, Kolache Factory, and Holiday Inn Express. The DNA Husky Sports Network is your home all season long for Huskies women's basketball. And right now it's just about game time, so let's head out to the arena.
Good. Good Saturday afternoon, everybody. Welcome in to Sharp Gym on the campus of Houston Baptist University here in Southwest Houston, the home of your HBU Huskies, and the side of our game this afternoon between the Huskies and the McNeese State Cowgirls out of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Hi, everybody. Welcome into the broadcast. My name is Lonnie King. Glad to have you along for the ride wherever you are around the city of Houston, across the state of Texas, around the country, or even around the world on the World Wide Web. We're glad that you're a part of HBU Huskies basketball this afternoon. Final home game of the season for the Huskies women, and it is senior day here at the gym, and 7 different ladies will be recognized this afternoon for their contributions over the last several years to the Huskies basketball program. That'll come up at the end of this afternoon's ball game. But it will be the final home game for 6 of the women. One of them has already played her final game, Charlotte Hodges, because of medical reasons, not active this season, but she will be recognized this afternoon. But for the rest of them, final game at Sharp Gym this afternoon. They're going to hope to finish it up with a win over the McNeese State Cowgirls. The Cowgirls come in at 4-11 in conference. The Huskies are 2-13 in Southland play. The Cowgirls won by 10 points the first time these two teams met up back at the end of January. So the Huskies were hoping to get a little payback this afternoon to see if they can even up the series at 1 game apiece. But basically the Huskies will be in the role of spoiler the rest of the way in. They are 4 games behind the number 8 seed team with 3 games to go, so they will not be able to qualify for the Southland Conference tournament this year, but with games against McNeese today and then Incarnate Word on Saturday and finishing up with Texas A&M Corpus Christi, they can put the wrench in a couple of other teams' plans with some wins to finish out the season. We'll talk about that with Donna Finney. We will talk a little bit more about the seniors. We'll give you the starting lineups, then we'll be ready for all the play-by-play this afternoon. And we'll get it going right now. This is the Huskies pregame show, and this is the Husky Sports Network. Back with more after this.
Houston Federal Credit Union and Houston Baptist University have joined forces to put the howl back in your finances. HFCU offers several products and services such as auto loans, mortgages, and credit cards. And HFCU has a financial education program, Elevate, which is tailored to helping you increase your financial knowledge. Stop by any of our convenient locations or visit our website, www.houstonfcu.org, and experience the credit union difference today. Dogs up.
Your heart sounds good, Daddy.
Regular checkups are good for many things.
No tumors. Uh-oh. Your colon sounds funny.
But they can't detect everything. At the Memorial Hermann Wellness Institute, get a full body scan, heart scan, or virtual colonoscopy to help you find problems early enough to do something about them.
I'm glad you're okay, Daddy.
Schedule your scan today. Call 713-222-CARE. Memorial Hermann, for your whole life.
Coming to you in Living Cola.
The joy of cola.
refreshing Pepsi Cola from the wonderful folks who put the R in Cola.
Run with UA Map My Run. With your UA connected footwear, you can leave your phone behind. However, if you choose to run with it, the UA Map My Run app will give map views of your route and a deeper look at your workout with additional stats.
We are Under Armour. The future is ours. Under Armour.
I'm Robin.
And I'm Chris.
We're the brothers behind Firehouse Subs.
Back when we were firemen, when it came to food, we said it better be something good and a lot of it.
That's what you get at Firehouse Subs. Take our hook and ladder sub. Smoked turkey breasts, Virginia honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese, all steam heated and piled high on a toasted sub roll.
Our way beats their way. If you don't agree, it's free.
You're going to cover that, right?
My money's on the sub.
Love the confidence.
Firehouse Sub, founded by firemen.
You're listening to the Husky Sports Network, powered by DNA Studios. Back on the Huskies pregame show, it's time for our game time chat with the head coach of the Huskies, Donna Finney, as we get ready for the McNeese State Cowgirls this afternoon in the final home game of the season for the Huskies and senior day. And, Coach, a lot of emotion, I would imagine, and all of that. But first of all, before we look ahead to today, look back to Wednesday night. And I know you probably don't want to look at it for too long, but you see some of the talent that Lamar has, and you realize that's a pretty darn good team that you went up against on Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, without doubt, they have two of the best players in the conference who honestly could play at a much, much higher level. I think, Chastity Barr set the NCAA record on Wednesday night for career steals, and, she'll no doubt add to that over the next few games and into the tournament. And, she's just someone that has completely changed their program and has developed herself into a better offensive player as well. I think that's something that her first year and a half, she wasn't scoring much for them on the offensive end, but she was creating so much from her defense, and now that's changed, and she's managed to balance where, she's turning a lot of her steals into points down the other end. So she's just a really, really tough matchup, and I know our kids will be happy to not see her in the Montana or here next year. But and then Mo Kennard is, she's just a really special player. I mean, she had 51 points earlier this year at Denver and had 13 threes in that game, and she's able to score in every single way you can imagine, and defensively is just a tough kid, and those two just raised the bar and made it tough in the conference for the last couple of years for everybody else, because they're just very special players. And I think today's game between Lamar and SFA is going to be a real battle, and people that are out there are in for a treat, I think.
Well, speaking of that, and looking at the top of this conference, those two teams playing each other today, each with one loss in the conference. As you look at those two teams, especially this year, would it be a stretch to try and make the case that the Southland deserves more than one team in the NCAA tournament this year? Yeah,
I mean, I absolutely think, even in the last couple of years, that we're close to a two-bid league, because I think Lamar for sure have gone and proven. I mean, they went to A&M this year and beat A&M on their own floor. SFA have consistently been able to get big wins, are receiving top 25 votes. And I think, those two programs probably deserve that. It has been tough because, we do get a lot of our programs that go and play postseason, whether it's, WBI or WNIT, etc. But, we all know that the carrot is the NCAA tournament. And I think, there have been several years recently where, there probably should have been two teams from our league going.
Today is McNeese, the final home game, as we mentioned. A couple of things going on there. First and foremost, though, McNeese still has kind of an outside chance to work their way into a tournament spot. You guys kind of get to play the role of spoiler today and for the last two games.
Yeah, we do. I mean, it's interesting the situation that, we're in. And, I think when we played McNeese the first time, they were on a roll that they were playing really, really well, and we just caught them at a really bad time at their place, and and then we just, we had way too many defensive mistakes in the first game, and I think over the last couple of days watching film, the girls have realised that, we didn't defend their shooters well at all. At some stages, we gave them the most open threes they'll have all year, and that hurt us. And so I think we have to get back to playing the type of defense that we know that works, and that we do on a daily basis in practice. And I think we switched off too many times on the road in that game, and she does a great job of getting her shooters open, but we made mistakes in how we defend, particularly on down screens and cross screens, and we got to fix that for today. But I think it's going to be a battle today. Like you say, they're playing for something, but so are we, because we have 6 seniors that are playing their last game in Sharp, and I think that always brings an added edge when you go into a game like this. Yeah, as you mentioned, 6 that you're going to be reckoning, actually 7 with Charlotte Hodges, who hadn't been in uniform this year, but 6 different players on your roster that you're going to be recognizing today that won't be back. Senior Day today means next year's roster is going to look a whole lot different. Yeah, we're going to have 7 new faces on the roster for next year. 3 that we've already signed that we can talk about, but the others I can't mention, obviously. But, we're really excited about the group that we have coming in. But obviously when you lose players that have been with you for a long time, you take the basketball part out of it as their personalities and what they've done for the program, and then also at the school. And, there's some big personalities in this group. And unfortunately for this group, from a health perspective, they've really struggled. And I think all of them, at some point have had and currently have got injuries. And, and it's tough because, when we recruited Bria, for example, we recruited her thinking she would be the best leader that, we could have had. And she does a great job of doing that when she's healthy. But Bria has not put together one full week of practice in 4 years of school here. And it's sad that, to continue to see her just get beat down by an injury, an issue, a concussion, another injury, it's been so sad. And she's not been able to really give us what we thought. And I know she knows that we saw that in her, but I think it's just been overly frustrating because she's never been able to do it. So it's tough. Speaking of that, it does kind of point to the fact that no matter how much talent you have, just one or two little things going wrong, even if it doesn't wipe out an entire season, injuries for 4 or 5 games, especially in conference season, can knock you out of a quarter of your conference season and really change the direction of your year. Yeah, I mean, and we look back and we've never had our full roster this year at all. And we've had, Lauren Calver missed the first 7 or 8 games, came back, then missed some more games again. Shannon Jones has been in and out. Takara Wade is out again, having just come back for 1 game and has been out 3 previous times. It's just been, and that's just off the top of my head, and I know for a fact there's more than that, but it's it's been so hard to get any kind of momentum with this group because of things that have happened, and I feel for the seniors particularly, because they've battled this now for 2 years, and haven't really been able to reach what they would say was their potential. But I take the basketball part out of it. They're all going to graduate. They're all going to go into great jobs, and they're all going to be successful when they leave here. And at the end of the day, yes, the wins would have been nice, but they're all going to go and succeed for whatever they do. Well, we wish them the best of luck. Wish you the best of luck today. Go get them dogs up this afternoon. Thank you. Donna Finney, the head coach of the Huskies, will take a timeout and come back with starting lineups and then all the play-by-play on the Husky Sports Network.
Four Points by Sheraton. Always a great stay. Everything you need. Plus extras you love. All for a great rate. Over 150 hotels around the world. Travel the way you like. Check us out at 4points.com.
Building Houston to compete on the world stage is what we do at the IBEW. It's important to us that Houston knows why we do what we do, not just what we do. Sure, We're the best electricians. We train 10,000 hours to be the best. But we get up early so Houston is built to compete. To be the best, hire the best. Skilled labor isn't cheap, and cheap labor just isn't all that skilled.
The time is now to hire IBEW electricians.
It would be great if human beings were great at being human. And if all of mankind were made up of kind women and kind men. It would be wonderful if common knowledge was knowledge commonly known, and if the light from being enlightened into every heart was shown. It would be glorious if neighbors were neighborly, and indifference a forgotten word. It would be awesome if we shared everything, and being greedy was absurd. It would be spectacular if the golden rule was golden to every man. And the good things that we ever did was everything that we can.
Treating others like we'd like to be treated has always been our guiding principle.
Marriott Houston West Chase, a proud partner of HBU Athletics.
You're listening to the Husky Sports Network, powered by DNA Studios.
And welcome back into Sharp Gym here on the campus of Houston Baptist University. Just about set for Senior Day, the final home game of the 2018-2019 season for Huskies women's basketball. And because it is Seniors Day, the entire starting lineup for the Huskies is going to consist of the seniors, or 5 of the 6 seniors that are playing their final home game today. We'll introduce them to you in just a moment. But first of all, starting lineup for the visitors from McNeese State. The Cowgirls come into this one 6 wins and 20 losses on the year. Losers of 3 in a row, 4-11 in Southland Conference play. They'll send out this starting lineup. Reagan Bolton, a 5'8" junior from Hammond, Louisiana, and St. Thomas Aquinas High School, averages 12.6 points per contest. Will lead them out. She'll be joined by Bree Ashley Jones, a 5'7" sophomore from Kentwood, Louisiana, and Jewel Sumner High School. They'll be joined by Madison Martin, a 5'8" freshman, a guard from Mitty, Louisiana, Fairview High. She's averaging 3 points, 1 rebound per contest. Callie Maddox, a 6'1" redshirt freshman from Grant, Louisiana, the leading scorer on this team, averages 13 points a game. And rounding out the starting 5, Damilola Balagoon, a 6'1" junior from Lagos, Nigeria, and Bossier Parish Community College, rounds out the starting 5 for head coach Casey Cryer in her 3rd season at the helm of the program for McNeese State. Now the starters for your HBU Huskies being introduced in the gym here to the fans on hand and getting a rousing welcome as they come out onto the floor. 5 senior starters today for head coach Donna Finney, and she leads it off with Sophie Taylor. Sophie, a 5'9" senior from Austin Westwood High School, averaging 9.3 points per game. She'll be joined by Bria Johnson. Bria playing in just her 9th game this season out of Sunnyvale, Texas, and averaging just under a point per contest. Amanda Johnson, the leading scorer at 13 points per game, will be out there as well. She's a 6'1" senior from Georgetown High School. They'll be joined by Natalia Guarda, the 6'3" senior from Alexandro, Poland. And then rounding out the starting 5, 6'1" senior from Bastrop and Cedar Creek High School, averaging 3 points and 3 boards per game. Kennedy Collins rounds out the starting 5 for the Huskies in their home white uniforms this afternoon with the blue numerals and lettering and orange trim. The other senior that we expect to see early in this game as well, although she will not obviously be in the starting 5, it'll be Veronica Kirienko. Nika, of course, the 6'4" senior from Tashkent, Uzbekistan. But Natalia Guarda is out there to jump center against Balagoon, and the tip is up and is controlled by McNeese. We're underway here in the first quarter of play. Final home game of the season for the Huskies. Up the floor with it, Madison Martin, she gets it to Bolton. They go out top to Maddox. She's going to drive into the paint, puts it up, hits the deck as she goes into the middle, but got the shot to roll in. And McNeese first on the board this afternoon, 2-0, as the Huskies bring it back up the floor. Guarda has her back to the basket. Now a good give and go down low to Amanda Johnson. And Amanda down on the baseline gets the shot, and then McNeese throws it away, headed back up the floor. And the Huskies will get it after the turnover. 2-2 with 9:20 to go. Bria Johnson passes up ahead to Kennedy Collins. Collins tries to get it into Guarda, and Guarda is pushed from behind. The foul is going to be called on Balagoon. First foul on either team here in the ball game. And the Huskies will go to the baseline to inbound it. Sophie Taylor into Amanda Johnson. Johnson to Collins, right angle, feed it down low to Guarda, drives down, put it up, reverses it up, high off the iron, won't go, follows her own miss, though, gets a second look, it won't go, and the rebound cleared by Damilola Balagoon. And she will leave it off for Martin, and Martin will bring it up across the stripe. Looking back to the bench for instructions. She'll leave it for Reagan Bolton on the right angle. Bolton finds Bria Ashley Jones, who pops out. Onto the baseline, they get it down to Balagoon. She can't get her shot to go, but Jones with the rebound puts it up. She's going to be bumped. And I think Kennedy Collins is going to pick up the first foul on the Huskies this afternoon. It will be Kennedy's first, team's first. Stops the clock with 8:37 to go, and it'll send Bria Ashley Jones to the free throw line. She's a 58% free throw shooter at the stripe. As a team, McNeese State is a 66% shooting team. They and the Huskies have a lot of statistical categories that look very similar to each other. Free throws, though, both of them by Jones are good here. She averages just under 10 points per game. She's got her first 2 of the afternoon, and McNeese is back up by 2, 4-2. 8.5 to go. Here's Amanda Johnson. Drives down to the baseline. Pulls up. Pops. Won't go. But Guarda with the board. Gets it out to Taylor for a 3. Too strong. Grazes the iron but comes off to Jones for the Cowgirls. Give it to Martin. Martin to Bolton. Bounce pass inside to Balagoon. And Guarda reached around, and they're going to say she went through the body of Balagoon to get to the basketball. That'll be the first foul on Nat. Second foul on the Huskies. And it'll be McNeese State basketball on the inbounds play. Out top, they go to Reagan Bolton. She's going to fire away at a long-distance 3 off the iron. Balagoon with the board and gets it a bounce pass down into Jones, and there's going to be a foul in the paint. It's going to be on Collins. Kennedy suddenly has her second foul with 8:04 to go. And as we thought, we will see Veronica Kirienko very quickly into this game. Thanks primarily to the 2 quick fouls on Kennedy Collins. So Kirienko, the senior from Uzbekistan, out there now. Shot put up by Jones over Kirienko. Short, and the rebound cleared by the Huskies. Sophie Taylor up the floor, gets it to Kirienko. Right side, cross court, skips it to Amanda Johnson out at the arc. She finds Guarda at the elbow. Turnaround jumper won't go. The rebound is controlled by Jones for the Cowgirls. She's off on the run, brings it up herself. Leave it for Maddox out top to Martin. Martin's jumper won't go, and the rebound cleared by the Huskies. Bria Johnson going to bring it up. Pull up, pops, won't go. Hit the iron. Tough break for Bria. Had a point-blank look. And here's a pass intended for Balagoon. She wasn't ready for it, and Amanda Johnson will take it away. 4-2 our scores. The Huskies bring it back up, trailing by 2. Kirienko to Guarda. Guarda cross court, right angle to Bria Johnson. Johnson to Guarda, back to Kirienko. Her little runner won't go, missed everything, and Balagoon clears it for the Cowgirls. Maddox, their leading scorer. Not too many touches so far. Gets it over to Bolton. A 3 won't go, and the rebound tipped out of bounds by Balagoon. And Looked like Balagoon might have got a hand on it, but they're going to say Guarda knocked it out of bounds, so it'll stay in possession of the Cowgirls. Martin on the inbounds play out top to Bolton, and she gives it right back to Martin. Madison Martin, a freshman from Midi, Louisiana, to Jones. Jones to Maddox, tries to drive into a double team, loses control, and it's taken away by Kirienko for the Huskies. Off on the outlet to Taylor. Taylor into the corner for a three from Amanda Johnson, and Amanda gets it to go. She's got all 5 of the Huskies' points on the board, and they have their first lead of the afternoon, 5-4, 6:10 to go. Bolton to the left baseline. Balagoon swing it out on the angle to Martin. Martin to Jones, drive down, put up a little runner, won't go. The rebound by Balagoon. Her shot won't go, but she's going to be bumped. And the foul is going to be on Bria Johnson, her first. 4th foul on the Huskies, and it'll be free throws for Damilola Balagoon. 62% free throw shooter. Averages 6.7 points per game, 8 rebounds per contest. She has been a presence for him in the middle at times this year. First free throw is good, and the second one is added as well. So with 6 minutes to go, they recapture the lead, 6-5. As the Huskies will bring it up. Amanda Johnson will walk it across the stripe at midcourt. Lob a pass into the high post to Guarda. Guarda with a bounce pass, no look to Bria Johnson. Looking like she got slapped on the arm from behind, but it's out of bounds off of McNeese State. They say Martin got basketball instead of arm, and so it'll be Huskies ball on the inbounds play. But they go inside and try to find Kirienko, stolen away by Jones. She's off on the run, got one runner to beat. Won't get it to go, and Kirienko clears it for HBU. Off to Taylor. Taylor back up the floor to the baseline, and she's going to be called for an offensive foul. Check it, no foul. They're just going to say she lost control of the basketball out of bounds on the baseline. And that'll stop the clock with 5:31 to go and give it right back to the Cowgirls. 6-5 is our score. A lot of back and forth action. Not a lot of points on the board yet here halfway through the first quarter. Bolton to Balagoon on the baseline. She fires up a little 12-foot jumper and drops it down through. And they extend their lead out to 3, 8-5. Megan Valdez-Crater is checked in. She tries to feed it to Amanda Johnson. Almost swiped away, and they hit the deck, she and Reagan Bolton, to try and pick up the loose ball, and they tie each other up. It'll be Huskies basketball on the alternating possession. 5:04 to go. Sophie Taylor to the baseline. Will lob it in. Kirienko. Kirienko to Crater. Back to Taylor in the corner. Out top to Lauren Calver, who's checked in. Lob it down low to Kirienko. Good feed inside. Nika bumped off the ball as she tried to get the shot up. Won't go, but she will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 here after we reach our first timeout of the ball game. 4:55 to go here in the first quarter. 8-5. McNeese with the early lead here. You're watching and listening on the Husky Sports Network and HBU TV.
Box combo with the lemonade, please.
At Raising Cane's, we do one thing, and we do it better than anyone else. So why not let our food do the talking? We hand cut our lemons daily. They're fresh squeezed and mixed with 100% natural cane sugar. Love in the window. Raising Cane's, only the best chicken finger meals. One love.
At Shipley Donuts, we make our donuts from scratch every single day. Nothing trucked in, frozen. And we are Texas born and raised since 1936. Not like those other guys. Shipley Donuts.
Anyone can get you ready. Holiday Inn Express gets you the readiest. Because ready gives a pep talk. Showtime. But the readiest gives a pep rally.
Holiday Inn Express. Be the readiest.
4:55 to go in the opening quarter of play here at Sharp Gym this afternoon. Final home game of the season for the Huskies women. And they trail by 3 early on here, but send Veronica Kirienko to the free throw line to try and get back a couple of points here. The first free throw will not go, though. It rolls off the iron, won't stay down. Cynthia Rivas is checked in for McNeese State. Rivas, a 6'2 senior from Guadalajara, Mexico. Second one from Kirienko goes. And it's 8-6 as Martin brings it up for the Cowgirls. Bolton into the corner to Rivas. She'll dribble to the middle, kick it cross court to Maddox. Back to Rivas in the free throw circle. Jumper won't go, and Amanda Johnson with the board for the Huskies. Outlet to Sophie Taylor. Stops on the right angle. Back out to Amanda Johnson. A three. Rims out. Wouldn't go down. Tough break for Amanda. Rebound cleared by Rivas for the Cowgirls. Off to Martin. She's on the run. Going to take it in and lay it off the glass and down through for 2. Martin with her first points of the ball game. It's 10-6. McNeese up by 4. 4:10 to go. First quarter. Sophie Taylor to the right angle. Out to Megan Valdez-Crater. She holds it up high. Now dribbles to the middle and kick it off on the left wing to Amanda Johnson. Drives in, pulls up, jump. Won't go, and the rebound going to be knocked out of bounds by Rivas. Cynthia Rivas thought Kirienko got a hand on the basketball and was trying to make the case that it was out off the Huskies, but the Huskies will send Sophie Taylor to the baseline to inbound it. Brianna Jones checks back in for McNeese, and Balagoon will sit down. Amanda Johnson to Lauren Calver. Calver picked up by Jones, going to drive in and goes up with a scoop off the left hand and off the bank and gets it to go down through. The Huskies are back down by 2, 10-8, 3:35 and counting in the first. Martin dribbles around the arc, kicks it back out to Bolton. Bounce pass down low to Jones. Double team, but she hangs onto the basketball. Now loses control in the paint. Kick it back out top to Martin. Down to 8 on the shot clock. To the baseline to Rivas. She'll drive to the middle. Swing it back out to Maddox. Open for a 3. Shot won't go, but the rebound tipped and controlled by the Cowgirls. Back to Maddox on the baseline. Down low, intended for Jones and stolen away. Kirienko tipped it, and it was controlled by Calver. She'll give it off to Valdez-Crater. She almost loses it. Now it is taken away by Maddox. To Martin, up ahead to Bolton on the run. Traveled, no call, and gets the layup to go. Well, a couple little small steps there. Don't count. And it's 12-8. McNeese back up by 4. 2:38 to go here in the first quarter of play. Here's Calver. Drives in, tries to spin around on Jones. Jones is going to reach in and foul. That'll be the first foul on Brie Ashley Jones, just the second foul on the Cowgirls. Or check it, the third team foul on the Cowgirls. Foul was called on the dribble, and so now we've got a whistle on the inbounds play before the Huskies can even get it out onto the floor. They call an offensive foul. I believe they called that on Amanda Johnson, her first. And the 5th on the Huskies. Donna Finney trying to get an explanation, but obviously not to her satisfaction. Ashley Jones going to drive into the paint for the Cowgirls. Shot won't go. Wild shot. Loose on the floor. Rebound is going to be taken down by Kaylee Hughes, who's checked in. Over to Bolton. Bolton to Martin, back out top to Hughes. Long range 3. She's going to fire it up. Off the iron, won't go, and Valdez-Crater clears it for HBU. 12-8, 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Sophie Taylor gets it to Cole Morgan, who's checked in. Taylor Cole Morgan gives it to Lauren Calver. Drives in, won't go. The rebound tipped out. Sophie Taylor inside to Cole Morgan, and it's stripped away. Rivas controls for the Cowgirls, and up ahead to Martin. Martin will leave it for Bolton. Bolton will dribble into the middle, inside the arc, puts up a jumper, hits the glass, and goes down through. 14-8, 126 and counting here in the first 10 minutes of play. Valdez Crater out on the wing finds Taylor Cole Morgan. Her jumper won't go. The rebound cleared by Martin. Martin trapped in the backcourt, throws the ball away, and it'll be Huskies basketball with 1:13 to go. Bolton is going to check out. Martin will check out. Maddox checks back in. Also checking in for the first time, Raya Haynes. Haynes, a 5'6" freshman out of Zachary, Louisiana. Also Balagoon checks back in. Here's a runner on the baseline put up by Johnson for the Huskies. Won't go, and the rebound cleared by Maddox for the Cowgirls. Ran into traffic, leaves it behind for Haynes. Haynes will look back to the bench. Under a minute to go. 15 on the shot clock for the Cowgirls. Rivas, left elbow, gives it off to Maddox, drives to the left baseline, cut off by Cole Morgan. This is going to be a shooting foul, and they're going to call it on Taylor Cole Morgan. Her first. Number 6 on HBU here in the first quarter of play. And free throws for Callie Maddox. Their leading scorer at 13 points per contest. She's a 77% free throw shooter and gets the first one to go here. Second free throw, no good. 1 out of 2. And the Huskies will clear it. We roll down to 35 seconds to go in the first. Cole Morgan back to the basket. Give it off to Valdez Crater. Leave it on the wing for Sophie Taylor, and she drains a 3. That ends a little 5-point run by the Cowgirls. Brings the Huskies back to within 4. 15-11. Shot clock is off, and McNeese brings it up with 12 seconds to go. Here's Haynes going to fire away with a quick trigger. Won't go. And we're going to have a tied ball underneath. It'll be McNeese State basketball. Not sure Casey Cryer wanted the shot that quickly from her freshman, but they will get the basketball back. Maddox takes the inbounds pass down to 5 seconds. She's going to drive in again with the walk. No call. And she gets the layup to go, and that'll end the first quarter of play. Time runs out, and McNeese will carry a 6-point lead into the second quarter. 17-11 is our score. We'll take a break. Come back with the second 10 minutes of action on the Husky Sports Network.
Make it fast. I'd like to work here at Jimmy John's, world's greatest gourmet sandwich shop, sir. Why do you want to work at Jimmy John's, kid? I'm perfect for Jimmy John's. Doing what? Delivery. Delivery? Delivery. We deliver pretty fast here at Jimmy John's. That's what I heard. What'd you hear? You deliver pretty fast here at Jimmy John's. Then you heard right. I'm a fast study, sir. You know the Jimmy John's slogan? The Jimmy John's slogan? Jimmy John's slogan is sub so fast you'll freak. Sub so fast you'll freak is a swell slogan, sir. When people call for a Jimmy John's sandwich, they want it fast. Then I'm your man, sir. How so? Because I'm fast. Fast at what? Fast at everything. Can you deliver fast? I can deliver fast. How fast? I can run in 4:40 and 2:20. Minutes? No seconds. That's fast. You deliver before? I delivered newspapers before. Were you fast? Very fast. How fast? People got tomorrow's paper today. That's fast. So do I have the job? Not so fast. How do I know you're not just some fast talker? I can get your references. When? Now. These are good references. Thank you. But at Jimmy John's, you gotta be more than fast. More than fast? You gotta be polite. Fast and polite. Fast and polite. I can do fast and polite. Okay, give me some time to think it over. Okay. Okay, I've thought it over. When can you start? Now. Now's good. What's your name, kid? Stephan Avalopoulos. Too long. How about Ed? That's fine. Welcome aboard, Ed.
Jimmy John's Subs, an official sponsor of HBU Athletics.
Ten minutes in the books here at Sharp Gym this afternoon. The Huskies trail by 6 after 1 quarter of play. 17-11 is our score. Neither team really lighting it up from the floor in the first 10 minutes. The Huskies 4 of 17 overall for 23.5%. 2 of 5 from the three-point line, 40%. Got to the stripe 2 times. 1 of 2 free throws they made, 50% there. McNeese 6 of 19 for 31.6% overall. 0 for 6 from the three-point line, though. And here's a move into the paint by Megan Valdez Crater. She drives. She's going to be bumped. I believe they're going to get Rivas with the foul. Check it. It's on Madison Martin. Her first foul of the second quarter on either side. Huskies inbound the basketball around the arc. Calvert down low to Valdez Crater, left side. Back to Kennedy Collins, who's checked back in. She'll cut to the baseline, weaves it in with the dribble, and it goes out of bounds off her knee. It was knocked away by Martin, but Martin knocked it off of the knee of Kennedy Collins, and so it'll go over to the Cowgirls with 9:35 to go here, just underway in the second quarter of play. Martin way out top near the midcourt line. Going to swing it to the left angle. Now back to the middle. Finds Bolton. She'll fire away at a three. This time off the iron, won't go, and the rebound's going to be tipped and knocked out of bounds by Balagoon. She hit the deck kind of awkwardly and is wincing as she heads back up the floor. Hopefully she'll be okay. But the Huskies will bring it up. Valdez Crater comes across the midcourt line, picked up by Martin. Right side to Julia Vujakovic, who's checked in. There's a jumper put up. Left angle won't go. Calver with the rebound. Puts up the runner off the mark. And the rebound is tipped around. Saved by Bolton to Balagoon. And the Cowgirls will bring it out. Back into the front court. Martin swing it out to Maddox for a three from the left wing. And she got it to go. Maddox now with 8 points. Cowgirls have 20, and they've got a 9-point lead. Collins gives it off to Sophie Taylor. Drives in, right side. Won't go. The rebound tipped out to Martin, and Martin on the run for the Cowgirls. Outlet to Bolton. Left alone for a three from the left wing, and she got it to go. Reagan Bolton with 7 now. And they extend the lead out to a dozen, 23-11. Kennedy Collins takes the lob, drives in, left side, won't go. Off the glass, and Balagoon clears it to Martin for the Cowgirls. Cross court, right side to Bolton. Down on the baseline finds Rivas. A jumper hits the iron. It takes a spin and goes down through. Well, now everything seems like it's starting to fall for the Cowgirls. First points of the ball game for Rivas, and the lead is out to 14. Vujakovic goes to Collins. Collins out top to Calvert. Calvert to Taylor, and Taylor will yo-yo out top. Angle to the right side, going to try to cut by Maddox. She's going to be bumped as she goes, and the foul will be on Callie Maddox. That'll be the second foul on the Cowgirls here. Substitutions for both teams with the stoppage. Divine Tanks, 6'1" freshman from Lake Charles, checks in. She is joined by Briashley Jones, and let's see, also into the ball game now for the Cowgirls. It's Sky Jasper in for the first time. Here's the ball almost tipped, and it was knocked back into Bria Johnson, who had not established position inbounds, and so it'll be a turnover by the Huskies. Gives the ball back to the Cowgirls. About 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. We had a 10-8 score. Here's a steal by Bria Johnson. She's off on the run behind Bolton, and Bolton comes back, fouls her. Prevents Bria from getting the layup. But she will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair here. Since that juncture where the Huskies cut the deficit down to 2, 10-8. They've been outscored 15-3. Now the officials are going to see if this was effectively a clear path violation, a flagrant foul from behind. And they will go to the monitor to take a look. While they do that, we'll remind you that coming up at the half, the Huskies halftime report will allow us to take a look around the Southland Conference, check the scoreboard, Give you an update on other games going on this afternoon. There is a big matchup over in Beaumont this evening. Actually, it's going on right now. Started the same time our game did. Stephen F. Austin, the number 2 team at 14-1 in Southland Conference play, going up against Lamar, who's the number 1 team at 15-1. Facing off against each other. We'll give you updates on that one and other games on the scoreboard. Now the official's going to take another look here at the monitor to get second opinion on this. Huskies will be on the road next week to wrap up their season. They determine just a common foul, and Bria Johnson will go to the free throw line. Shoot a pair here. Bria has fought injuries all season long, last year for that matter, too. And it would have been interesting to see a healthy Bria Johnson for her career here at HBU. As Donna Finney told us before the game, she will graduate and move on and be successful in her life. But she really showed some talent when she first got here on campus, and injuries have just robbed her basically of the last couple of years. Here's Bolton driving in, and Kennedy Collins swats at it, knocks it out of bounds. It'll be Cowgirl basketball. Bria, by the way, made both her free throws on the opposite ends. 25-13. Cowgirls inbound it. Jasper puts up a quick trigger jumper from the elbow. Won't go, and the rebound cleared by the Huskies. Vujakovic going to fire away at a 3. Off the mark. Rebound tipped and controlled by Sky Jasper. She'll wait for the traffic to go by and leave it off for Martin on the left angle. Bounce pass down low to Jones. Skip step into the paint. Shot won't go, but the rebound pulled down by Tanks. Tanks with the turnaround. Can't get it to go, and the rebound this time cleared by Calver for the Huskies. She'll leave it for Johnson. Johnson will find Collins. Collins, high post, looks inside, goes into the paint to Calver. Left side, she'll drive down, runs it up, scoops, won't go. Rebound is tipped right back to Lauren Calver, and she'll hold it up. Finds Vujakovic, drives in. Vujakovic off the window, gets it to go down through. Vujakovic with her first points of the ball game. Here's Martin hitting the deck back the other way. Going to be bumped, and it's going to be Vujakovic who picks up the foul. Amanda Johnson and Nat Guarda will check in. Vujakovic and Kennedy Collins will head to the bench for the Huskies. Tanks checks out for the Cowgirls. And Balagoon checks back in. Ashley Jones drives in, right side. Has her shot blocked, but they're going to call a foul on Nat Guarda. Guarda picks up her second. She's got a big smile on her face. That's not happiness, that's disbelief. And Ashley Jones heads to the free throw line. She gets the first one to go. Marilyn Nzoiwu checks in for the Huskies. Calver will check out. Second free throw is too strong off the iron, and Megan Valdez Crater clears it for HBU. Brings it up the floor, right side. Picked up by Jasper on the baseline. Brings it back out to the angle. High post to Guarda, feed it down low to Zubu, and she gets it to go high off the window. Drops it down through. She's got her first points of the afternoon. Huskies are back to within 9, 26-17. 5:09 to go in this first half. Balagoon took a feed inside from Martin. Lost control of it, but then went and grabbed it. Turned around, nobody picked her up, so she fired up a 2 just inside the arc. takes the lead back out to double digits, 28-17. Zoiwu takes the feed from Guarda. Guarded closely by Jasper. She'll find Bria Johnson out top. Bria tries to drive by Jones, and Jones is going to foul her. For Jones, that'll be her second personal. It'll stop the clock with 4:39 to go and bring us to a timeout on the floor. Huskies trail by 6 at the end of a quarter. They're down by 11 now, trying to dig out of the hole before halftime. See what they can do when we come back on the Husky Sports Network.
The real story is I'm in here every morning and have sampled just about every kolache that they make here.
Bacon, egg, and cheese on wheat for me, and then the rest is for the office. So yes, I'll pick up every Friday. I'll stop by here and pick up some for my group. So.
Well, I used to think it was just fruit-filled stuff, and then I came here and there's eggs and bacon and cheese and all kinds of good stuff in there. It's like a whole breakfast in a bun. It's great.
It's always a good thing if you can eat healthy and not know it.
When you drive down the street looking for something to eat, you're going to pass 5 places to buy a sandwich, 6 places to buy a burger. There's only one place you can get a kolache, and that's Kolache Factory. It's delicious. You're going to have people that try to copy you, but they're not going to do it as well. We know what we're doing. We've been doing it for 25 years. We do it the best, and our success proves that.
Houston's own Kolache Factory, the freshest, highest quality, best tasting kolaches in town. Over 50 Houston area locations and a proud partner of HBU Athletics.
Back here at Sharp Gym, both teams back out onto the floor out of the timeout. Huskies basketball. And Bria Johnson on the baseline. Takes it down low, tries a bounce pass to Zoiwu, and it's stolen away. Back up the floor for the Cowgirls. Bringing it up is Raya Haynes. Still with the dribble, feeds it into the paint to Balagoon. 3 steps, and you're going to get a running start like that, you're going to have an easy afternoon, and she gets the layup to go. And it's 30-17 with 4 minutes left in the first half. Johnson in the left corner, out top to Marilyn Zoiwu. Feed it right side to Valdez Crater. Spin, move, drive down, leave it on the baseline for Guarda. Guarda bumped, but gets a shot up. No whistle, but she makes the bucket. And Nat now has her first points of the ball game. Here's a runner. We're going to get a blocking foul down low. Haynes went in. Guarda picks up her 3rd foul. Nat will have to head to the bench with 3. And Kirienko is up off the bench. He will check in. Raya Haynes to the free throw line for a pair of free throws here. Haynes just a 50% free throw shooter at the stripe. Gets the first one to go here, though. Kirienko checking in. Guarda sits down. Bria Johnson's going to check out as well. And Amanda Johnson in for her. No, check out Sophie Taylor in for her. Amanda Johnson already out on the floor, has the basketball as they come back up. Both free throws good. 32-19, Huskies down by 13. Here's Kirienko, feeds it down low to Zoiwu, tipped and stolen. Bolton up ahead for the Cowgirls, feed it down low to Sky Jasper. She can't get it to go underneath, and the rebound cleared by Kirienko for HBU. Off to Taylor. Taylor drives in, cut off as she goes in toward the rack. But she's going to be fouled, and Sophie will go to the free throw line. The foul is going to be on Sky Jasper. 3:11 left here in the first half of play. Taylor's free throw is good. One more to come. Huskies will be in the bonus. That's the 5th team foul on Nichols. So for the final 3+ minutes, the Huskies will have free throws on any foul. Second free throw by Sophie is good, 32-21. Haynes back up the floor, leave it for Rivas. A three won't go, off the mark from the left wing. The rebound cleared by Amanda Johnson for HBU. Up the floor, she'll pull up at the arc. Gives up her dribble, now finds help in Megan Valdez-Crater. Kirienko to Taylor. Sophie looks cross court, feeds it into the free throw circle to Kirienko. One dribble, and she's going to put up a jumper. Will not go from 14 feet away, and the rebound cleared by the Cowgirls. Across the timeline, Haynes stops, picked up by Valdez-Crater. Give it to Rivas, then gets it right back into the corner. Jasper out top to Balagoon, drives in, blocked by Nzoiwu for the Huskies. Stops the clock with 2:22 to go, 11 seconds on the shot clock. Calver will check in for HBU. Bria Johnson back out on the floor. Kirienko and Valdez-Crater check out. Here's a jumper put up by Balagoon. Got it to go inside the arc, so it's a 2, but it's 34-21. So we head toward the 2-minute mark. Calver drives in, shot blocked, but she's bumped as she goes up. It's going to be on Jasper again, her second. And Calver will get free throws out of this. Lauren's first free throw rattles off, won't go down. One more to come. Lauren for the season, averaging 6.6 points per game, just a 41% free throw shooter. The second one is no good. So the Huskies drop back on defense. Martin going to kick it off to Kaylee Hughes, who's checked in for Jasper, and gets it down low to Balagoon, and she runs it through the paint, scoops it up, gets it off the glass for 2. 1:40 left, and it's up to a 15-point advantage for the Cowgirls. Calver left side to Johnson. Johnson cross court to Taylor. Taylor with the 3, got it to go. Sophie with a quick jumper off the feed from Bria Johnson. She's got 8 now, 36-24. Bolton with the dribble. Give it off to Martin. Martin starts left, back to the middle. Kick it into the corner to Haynes. A 3. Or check it, that is Hughes. Hughes with the 3 from the corner. Won't go, and the rebound is knocked out of bounds. The foul is going to be called on Balagoon for McNeese, and so it'll be Huskies basketball. Offensive foul, so no free throws to come for the Huskies here. Or wait, are they going to say it was not in the possession of the Cowgirls? There's going to be a little discussion about that. So the officials will get together, and they're going to send the Huskies to the free throw line. Wasn't a player control foul. The shot got off without any contact. Then on the rebound, with the ball loose on the floor, Balagoon bumped Lauren Calver, and so Calver will get free throws here. Gets this one to go. First one she's made this afternoon. 1 for 3 now at the line. One more to come. And it is good as well. So Lauren Calver has 4 points now. We're under a minute to go till halftime. Huskies down by 10. 36-26. Here it is, Tanks, who's checked back in. She'll just turn around, face up from the free throw line, put up the jumper, and gets it to go. 6-second differential, shot clock to game clock as the Huskies bring it up the floor. Bria Johnson going to try to lob it down low to Marilyn Zoiwu. And she had cut to the corner. Bria was trying to lob it into the post. And it goes out of bounds back over to the Cowgirls. For the Huskies now. Check the number here in a minute. There's a travel by Reagan Bolton. She'll turn it over right back to HBU. (38-26) is our score as the Huskies bring it up. 6 seconds to go. Sophie Taylor stops at the arc. She's going to put up a three. Tried to create some contact. It won't go, and that'll be the end of the first half. Sophie was looking to draw a foul. Good thought, but she did not get the whistle, and the shot would not go, and the half comes to an end. Down by 6 after 1. The Huskies find themselves down by a dozen here at the halftime break. It's 38-26. You're listening to the Husky Sports Network, watching HBU TV. Stick with us. The Huskies halftime report is on the way.
You can always count on Houston Federal Credit Union to be there for you, because once a member, always a member. Take advantage of all their products and services to help you in all your financial milestones, such as purchasing your first car, planning your dream wedding, buying a home, and planning for retirement. Stop by any of their convenient locations or visit their website, www.houstonfcu.org, and experience the credit union difference today. Dogs up.
I am strong. I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination. Confidence.
I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
Under Armour.
You're listening to the Husky Sports Network, powered by DNA Studios.
I'm Robin.
And I'm Chris.
We're the brothers behind Firehouse Subs. The last thing anyone needed was another sub shop.
They needed a better one.
We built Firehouse Subs on quality and quantity.
And I'm the quality.
Why am I quantity?
Are you kidding?
Try our hook and ladder sub.
Smoked turkey breast, Virginia honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese.
Yeah, all served steaming hot on a toasted sub roll. Our way beats their way. If you don't agree,
it's free.
On him.
It's on him.
Firehouse Subs, founded by firemen.
The body is incredibly powerful. It's so nimble and fluid, but sometimes we push it too far. That's when you need the strength of Memorial Hermann and our body of affiliated orthopedic specialists. With our renowned Ironman Sports Medicine Institute, they not only get your body back to where it was, they get it to go further. It's what makes us more than just hospitals. We are a body of experts. Memorial Hermann, advancing health.
Tammy and I have been going steady since high school.
Tammy and Tommy, two peas in a pod, as they say.
We have all the same friends. We like all the same things. I mean, we practically even have the same name.
But there's one thing we could just never agree on.
Soda.
I have been begging him all these years to just try Pepsi, and I knew he would change his tune.
Yeah.
So, finally, I had him take the Pepsi Taste Challenge. And go on, tell him what you told me, Tommy.
I'm a Pepsi man.
Right? Gosh, isn't Pepsi so good?
I tell you what, I don't know why I didn't try it sooner.
Me neither.
It's so crisp and refreshing and bubbly.
Like me.
Like you.
I'm always right.
She's always right.
All across the South, people are choosing the great taste of Pepsi. Take the Pepsi Taste Challenge and let your taste decide.
beings were great at being human. And if all of mankind were made up of kind women and kind men, it would be wonderful if common knowledge was knowledge commonly known, and if the light from being enlightened into every heart was shown. It would be glorious if neighbors were neighborly, and indifference a forgotten word. It would be awesome if we shared everything, and being greedy was absurd. It would be spectacular if the golden rule was golden to every man, and the good things that we ever did was everything that we can. Treating others like we'd like to be treated has always been our guiding principle.
Marriott Houston West Chase, a proud partner of HBU Athletics.
Do you know how fast you were going, son?
Call me Ed.
Do you know how fast you were going, Ed?
You mean exactly?
Yes, exactly.
No, not exactly. How fast?
Fast.
Fast, sir?
You were going very fast.
Fast is my job, officer.
Fast is your job?
Yes, sir.
What kind of job?
I deliver, sir.
What do you deliver?
The world's greatest gourmet sandwiches.
I thought Jimmy John's had the world's greatest gourmet sandwiches.
Jimmy John's does have the world's greatest gourmet sandwiches.
So you deliver for Jimmy John's?
I deliver for Jimmy John's.
So do you always deliver fast?
I always deliver fast.
How fast?
I deliver subs so fast you freak.
It's not smart to freak a cop, son.
You didn't order Jimmy John's sub, sir.
So if I did order a Jimmy John's sub, when would I get it?
Now.
What if I don't want it now?
Then call later.
Or I could pick it up myself.
Or you can pick it up yourself.
Because I'm pretty fast, too.
I'm sure you are, sir.
Very fast.
I believe you, sir.
Faster than you.
No way, sir.
Way faster.
In your dreams.
You dissing me, son?
No, sir, I'm polite.
Fast and polite?
Very polite and very, very fast.
Is that a challenge, son?
No, sir, it's a fact.
Let's burn rubber, kid.
It wouldn't be fair.
Why not?
You've got a fully blown V8 Camaro with slicks and headers.
So?
I've got a 10-speed bike.
I'll let you off with a warning.
Jimmy John's Subs, an official sponsor of HBU Athletics.
What's it mean for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 716, to send someone to your job site? It means electricians that pass basic trigonometry, calculus, or algebra are sent to your job site. It means electricians familiar with OSHA compliance are sent to your job site. It means IBW electricians made a conscious decision to improve their life and the lives of others. What does it mean? It means everything. To be the best, hire the best.
The time is now to hire IBEW.
At Shipley Donuts, we make our donuts from scratch every single day. Nothing trucked in, frozen. And we are Texas born and raised since 1936. Not like those other guys. Shipley Donuts.
At Holiday Inn Express, we can't guarantee that you'll be able to contain yourself at our breakfast bar.
Morning, egg white omelet. Sup, Lady Bacon? Fruit? There it is.
But we can guarantee that you'll get the best price when you book with us.
Holiday Inn Express. Be the readiest.
You're listening to the Husky Sports Network, powered by DNA Studios.
Back here at Sharp Gym, it's halftime of our game between your HBU Huskies and the Cowgirls of McNeese State. And McNeese State has a 12-point lead here at the midway point. 38-26 is our score at the break. Shooting percentages look like this. The Huskies cold in the first quarter, 23%. They heated it up just a little bit in the second quarter. 4 of 12 for 33%, 1 of 3 from the three-point line. So here at the half, they're shooting 28% from the floor overall, 38% from the three-point line. They have gotten to the free throw line 10 times. They've made 7 of those 10 free throws, so shooting 70% there. Meanwhile, the Cowgirls are warmed it up very well in the second half. They were 8 of 16 from the floor in the second quarter of play for 50%. Also made 2 of 4 three-point field goals and were 3 of 4 at the free throw line. So for the first half, they're shooting 40%, 14 of 35 from the floor, 2 of 10 from the three-point line, 20%, and 8 of 10 at the free throw line, 80% there. Cowgirls have also out-rebounded the Huskies here by 3, 24-21 is the differential there. Out-rebounded the Huskies by 2 on the offensive boards, 9-7, by 1 on the defensive boards, 15-14. Huskies have turned the ball over 10 times here in the first half of play to just 6 turnovers for the Cowgirls. The points from those turnovers obviously would be in favor of the Cowgirls. They've got an 8-2 advantage in points off turnover. They also have 14-8 edge in points in the paint. Second chance points because of the rebounds. Also give them a slight edge at 8-4. And the only hustle stat that the Huskies have the advantage in is points from bench players. Got a 9-6 edge there. Individually speaking, Huskies don't have anyone in double digits yet on the score sheet, but Sophie Taylor has 8 points. Amanda Johnson has 5. They've got 4 from Lauren Calver, 2 each from Natalia Guarda, Bria Johnson, Julia Vujakovic, and Marilyn Zoiwu. 1 point from Veronica Kirienko on 1 of 2 at the free throw line. And Kennedy Collins, Megan Valdez-Crater, Taylor Cole-Morgan saw action in the first half but did not score. For the Cowgirls of McNeese State, they're led by Balagoon, Damilola Balagoon, who's got 12 points and 8 rebounds here in the first 20 minutes of play. She is followed on the score sheet by Callie Maddox, who has 8. Then Reagan Bolton has contributed 7. 3 points from Bree Ashley Jones, 2 apiece from Madison Martin, Cynthia Rivas, Raya Haynes, and Divine Tanks to round out the scoring for the Cowgirls. It's 38-26 here at the break. Just quickly looking at foul trouble. Huskies have Natalia Guarda with 3 personals. Kennedy Collins has 2. They're the only Husky players in foul trouble of any kind through the first half. And then for the Cowgirls, they've got 4 different players with 2 fouls apiece. Bree Ashley Jones, Damilola Balagoon, Callie Maddox, and Sky Jasper, each with a pair of fouls. We'll see how that factors into the second half. But right now, the Huskies have a 12-point hole to try and climb out of. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, take a look around the Southland Conference scoreboard, let you know what's going on in other games in the league, and get you ready for action tonight when the Huskies men will take on the McNeese State men right here at the Sharp Tank. It's coming up straight ahead on the Huskies Halftime Report.
The real story is I'm in here every morning and have sampled just about every kolache that they make here.
Bacon, egg, and cheese on wheat for me, and then the rest is for the office. So, yes, I'll pick up every Friday. I'll stop by here and pick up some for my group. So.
Well, I used to think it was just fruit-filled stuff, and then I came here, and there's eggs and bacon and cheese and all kinds of good stuff in there. It's like a whole breakfast and a bun. It's great.
It's always a good thing if you can eat healthy and not know it.
When you drive down the street looking for something to eat, you're going to pass 5 places to buy a sandwich, 6 places to buy a burger. There's only 1 place you can get a kolache, and that's Kolache Factory. It's delicious. You're going to have people that try to copy you, but they're not going to do it as well. We know what we're doing. We've been doing it for 25 years. We do it the best, and our success proves that.
Houston's own Kolache Factory, the freshest, highest quality, best tasting kolaches in town. Over 50 Houston area locations and a proud partner of HBU Athletics.
4 Points by Sheraton. Always a great stay. Everything you need. Plus extras you love. All for a great rate. Over 150 hotels around the world. Travel the way you like. Check us out at 4points.com.
At Raising Cane's, we believe in one love, quality chicken finger meals. But creating one love is no simple task. Everything has to be served hot and fresh, not just hot. We use only 100% premium chicken tenderloins, guaranteeing a 0% chance of leftovers. We insist on the best ingredients for our fries, like potatoes. And, well, we can keep talking quality, or you can just eat it. Raising Cane's, one love.
Coming to you in Living Cola.
The joy of cola. Pepsi Cola. Pepsi Cola. Jumping, just enjoy
refreshing Pepsi Cola from the wonderful folks who put the R in cola.
Just about set to go with the second half of action here at Sharp Gym. Huskies trailing by 12. We got a second, though, to look around the Southland Conference scoreboard. A lot of other games going on. In fact, 5 other games going on this afternoon. All are underway. A couple have actually gone final over in Thibodaux, Louisiana this afternoon. The Nichols Colonels moved to 12-4 in Southland Conference play, behind 24 points from Cassidy Barrios. And they come up with a 66-58 win over New Orleans to drop New Orleans to 7-10 in Southland Conference play with 1 game to go. Here's a little bit of a surprise from San Antonio this afternoon. UIW hosting Texas A&M Corpus Christi, and the Cardinals of Incarnate Word hold the home floor and come away with a 77-72 win over A&M Corpus Christi. It'll take UIW to 5-11 in Southland play and drop A&M Corpus Christi to 7-9. They are still slotted in the 6th seed, looking for a tournament berth, but lose today on the road. Ready to go here, and it'll be McNeese State basketball to inbound, and we're underway in the second half. Here's Madison Martin, takes a feed from Maddox, drives in, left side, shot won't go. Rebound cleared by Valdez Crater. Up ahead to Taylor. Taylor tried to feed it into the post to Zoe Wu, and she had it knocked away out of bounds off the Cowgirls. Huskies basketball. You get it in, Valdez Crater, Taylor, right corner, out top to Calver. Calver down low to Zoe Wu, and she tries to go up. Nice feed from Calver, good reception, but she couldn't get the little point-blank layup to go. And the Huskies drop back on defense. Still no scoring here since halftime. Ashley Jones goes to Maddox. Maddox drives in, has it knocked away, out of bounds off the Huskies. Looking at other games, the big one we were looking at, Lamar hosting Stephen F. Austin this afternoon. Lamar's got a 25-21 halftime lead there in Beaumont. Ashley Jones from the left angle, little 6-footer, drops it down through. She's got the first points of the second half. She's got 5 in the ball game now, and it's a 14-point advantage for the Cowgirls. Their largest lead this afternoon has been 15. Marilyn Zoiwu tries to turn around, spins toward the middle, puts it up. Shot won't go, but she's fouled by Balagoon, and that'll be the third. First foul on either side here in the second half, and Cynthia Rivas is going to check in. Zoiwu misses the first one. She'll have one more here. 38-26 at halftime. Just a single bucket here made by the Cowgirls of McNeese. Ashley Jones with the points. Has extended the lead out to 14. Now it's cut back to 13 as the second free throw is good by Zoiwu. Here's a pass intended for Maddox, almost stolen away, tipped around, and it's going to be tied up. It'll be Huskies basketball with 8:42 to go. Taylor to Valdez Crater into the front court to Johnson. Amanda Johnson looks for help, finds Lauren Calver, cuts right side, has it stolen away by Jones. Jones gets it off to Martin. Martin to Bolton. Bolton holds it up, goes back out top to Martin. Martin, a bounce pass inside, stolen by Megan Valdez Crater. She's off on the run, nobody back, but she misses the layup. Calver there, though, cleans it up and gets it to go down through. Lauren now with 6. And Huskies back to within 11. Martin drives in, now takes it left to right across the top of the arc to Maddox. She goes back to the middle. Stops at the free throw circle. Give it to Rivas. Down low to Jones. Spin around on the baseline. Won't go, but follows her own miss and puts it up and in for 2. Ashley Jones now with 4 in the second half. 7 overall for the game. Takes them back out to a 13-point lead. Zoe Wu out top. Finds a cutter. That's Calver. She goes in, tries to bounce pass to Amanda Johnson for the layup, but she is fouled on the pass off. It's going to be on Reagan Bolton, number 2 on Bolton. Raya Haynes will check in, and Madison Martin will sit down for McNeese as we wait for the Huskies to get the basketball to inbound it. And they do. Sophie Taylor from the corner, a 3 off the iron, won't go. Rivas with the board. She'll get it off to Bolton, and Bolton across the line in a hurry. Leave it out top for Haynes. Haynes picked up by Amanda Johnson. Dribbles down. Right side to Bolton. To Maddox. Maddox to Rivas. Back to the middle. Leave it out top. Beyond the arc for Bolton. Left side to Maddox. And Maddox is going to be called for an offensive foul. Got out of control just a little bit. And good job by Lauren Calver to set up with position underneath. Sky Jasper is going to check in. Maddox will check out for the Cowgirls. Up the floor, Zoe Wu back to the basket, into the left, or check out the right corner to Megan Valdez-Crater. Bounce pass out top to Calver, tries to drive in, stripped of the basketball, but gets it out on top to Amanda Johnson. A 3 won't go, and the rebound by Zoe Wu, and it will not go, but she is fouled. That'll stop the clock with 6:22 left here in the third. Send Marilyn Zoe Wu to the free throw line. Her first free throw is good. That's the first points of the ball game for Maryland. Check it. I'm sorry. The first free throw of the ball game, third point of the ball game. One more free throw to come. And she gets it to go as well. 42-31, back to within 11. Huskies need some defensive stops here in the third quarter. Try and get back into this one. Haynes drives in, leave it for Jones in the paint. Almost lost it, almost double dribbled. Haynes will leave it for Hughes. Hughes out top to Haynes. Screen from Rivas, right side to Bolton. Bolton, Hughes. Hughes try to bounce pass into Jones and had it knocked away. The Huskies couldn't come up with it cleanly, but the shot clock runs out, and it'll be a shot clock violation. Give the ball back to HBU. Donna Finney talking with the officials across the way. You got to figure that's still about that double dribble down in the paint by Bri Ashley Jones. Here's a foul. Bri Ashley Jones picks up the personal, number 3 on Jones. 5 on the team now. 5:42 to go. Valdez-Crater will go to the free throw line. Substitutions. Divine Tanks checks in. Haynes and Jones will check out. Madison Martin also back out on the floor. See what this discussion is about. Across away at the scorers table before free throw by Megan Valdez-Crater. Somebody hit the buzzer. It looks like they were deciding whether or not to wipe out that first attempt and give Megan another look at 2 free throws here, but they say no. Her second one hits the back iron, bounces around the rim, and then drops down through. And we've got a whistle in the backcourt. Megan Valdez-Crater on the inbounds play trying to apply some pressure in the backcourt. Draws her first foul of the afternoon. Just the first foul on the Huskies here. Huskies are in the bonus. We've still got 5:40 to go in the third. Now again, seems to be some confusion among the officiating crew here. Here's a steal by Amanda Johnson on the inbounds play, and Amanda gets the layup to go. It's down to 8, and the Huskies back to the pressure in the backcourt. It's going to be saved on the baseline by Megan Valdez-Crater. She's going to be bumped after the steal and will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. So now the Huskies have gone to the backcourt trap, applied pressure on the basketball, and have been successful here. Can cut it down to 6 with a couple of free throws here. Megan, though, misses the front end. One more to come. Huskies this afternoon have been pretty good at the line. Second free throw is good. 1 out of 2 for Megan. The Huskies are down by 7. McNeese gets it up into the front court. Casey Cryer wants a timeout. She is upset. She'll get a timeout, though, and this will become a full timeout. So with 5:20 to go, we'll take a break. Huskies trail by a dozen at the half. They've cut it down to 7 here in the middle of the third quarter on the Husky Sports Network.
I didn't believe I could do it. The weight seemed too heavy. My competitors were too fast. I lacked motivation, and then I found the Hulk t-shirt. I transformed myself and believed that I could conquer the competition. Now everybody takes me serious because I demand them to. If I can do it, you can do it. Under Armour Alter Ego. Transform yourself.
At Memorial Hermann, we're many parts working in harmony, performing more brain and spinal surgeries than anyone in Houston, conducting groundbreaking research at our Misher Neuroscience Institute, establishing the region's largest network of certified stroke centers. Some might say this makes for an accomplished performance, but to us, it's all in a day's work. Memorial Hermann. Breakthroughs every day.
So we've got another timeout on the floor, and let's take the break as well. Huskies will try to cut into this lead a little further when we come back on the Husky Sports Network.
Four Points by Sheraton. Always a great stay. Everything you need. Plus extras you love. All for a great rate. Over 150 hotels around the world. Travel the way you like. Check us out at 4points.com.
Every visit to Raising Cane's begins with a moment of truth. What to have? 6 delicious, fresh, never ever frozen premium chicken fingers? 4 chicken fingers? Or perhaps 3 delectable chicken fingers? It's a tough one. We haven't even gotten to the whole coleslaw crinkle fried conundrum of deliciousness. Yeah, take your time, sister. We understand. Raising Cane's, one love.
What's on your mind, kid? Make it fast.
I'd like to work here at Jimmy John's World's.
4:52 to go here in the third quarter of play. Lonnie King along with you for the ride this afternoon, and Amanda Johnson at the free throw line out of the timeout. Sends one on the merry-go-round, and it rolls around and drops down through. One more free throw to come, and it is good as well. And the Huskies are as close as they've been in some time now. Down by just 5, 42-37. Trapping in the backcourt, but this time Martin will get it up across the timeline to Jones. Swing it to Maddox. Maddox through the middle, leave it for Hughes on the left wing. She drives in, puts it up, shot won't go. Jones with the rebound, knocks her own teammate to the floor. And the ball is going to be knocked out of bounds off the Huskies. McNeese State basketball. 4:34 left here in the third quarter. Here's a feed, inbounds to Maddox. Maddox got to the rim and put it up off the glass. The shot won't go, but she was fouled. And the foul is going to be charged to, well, we'll see here. But to the free throw line is Callie Maddox. And she gets the first one to go. That stops the bleeding temporarily for the Cowgirls. The second free throw rattles out, won't go, but the rebound is tipped to Balagoon, and she misses the first shot, but gets the second attempt to go. And suddenly the lead is back up to 8. That foul was on Amanda Johnson, her second foul. So the Huskies are down by 8. Here is Valdez Crater. Drives in from the right side and goes off the glass and down through the cords for 2. Back to within 6, 45-39. Martin way out top, going to lob it inside to Jones, into the corner, goes to Hughes. Hughes drives the baseline, left side, puts it up. Shot won't go, but she's going to be contacted and fouled. And Lauren Calver is going to pick up the personal, her second. And now that's 4 on the Huskies here in the third quarter of play. It'll send Kaylee Hughes to the free throw line, and Hughes has the first one. She hasn't missed a free throw attempt this year for McNeese. Hits them both here. Coming off the bench, she doesn't have a lot of attempts, but she has been perfect so far. Gives them back an 8-point lead. Sophie Taylor up the floor, left side. Going to try a bounce pass to Calver. Has it bounce off the leg of Brie Ashley Jones, out of bounds. Huskies basketball. Taylor will get it inbounds to Amanda Johnson. Little fadeaway jumper from the free throw line. Won't go, but here's a steal after the rebound by McNeese. Taylor picks the pocket of Balagoon and gets the easy layup, 47-41. Hughes up the floor, going to find Jones. Jones to Madison Martin. Martin back to Jones, right baseline. Drives in, dishes it out on the wing to Maddox. She's going to pull up and pop inside the arc. Nice little touch on the floater from the left side. Gets it to go. Maddox has 9. They're back up by 8, 49-41, under 3 minutes to go in the third. Here's a feed inside. Calver intended it for Taylor. Stolen away by Martin. Martin to Maddox, open for a 3. Too strong off the iron. The rebound tipped by Johnson right to Balagoon. Her shot won't go, and the rebound cleared this time by Zoe Wu. Off on the run. Bounce pass, and we're going to get a whistle and a travel call. McNeese came up with the steal. I think it was Balagoon who came up with the steal, but then couldn't get control and walked with the basketball. So the Huskies get a break there, and they'll inbound it on the baseline. Taylor goes to Amanda Johnson. Quick trigger 3 right off the inbounds pass, and Amanda's got it. Johnson now with a dozen. The Huskies are back to within 5, 49-44. 2:22 to go in the third. Martin out top, going to drive down right side, leave it with a bounce pass down low for Jones. And it's knocked away by Calver. She tries to dive to the floor to keep possession, but the ball touches the end line, out of bounds off the Huskies. It'll be McNeese basketball. They've got a 5-point lead and get it inbounds to Maddox. Maddox drives in, blocked by Zoe Wu. She clears it up ahead to Calver. They don't have numbers. 2 on 3. Leave it backside for Johnson. Off other side to Taylor. Her 3 won't go. And the rebound cleared by Zoe Wu. That would have been huge if that had fallen. Huskies would have been back to within 2. 49-44, though, as they drop back on defense. Martin to the middle. Now take it left to right. Leave it for Maddox. Maddox out top to Balagoon. Her jumper won't go. The rebound, Calver saves to Valdez Crater. She'll bring it up, and again, they don't have numbers, so she'll leave it off for Taylor. Taylor's going to drive in. Blocking foul underneath. It's on Balagoon, her 4th, and it'll send Sophie Taylor to the free throw line with 1:28 to go. And Sophie Taylor at the free throw line gets the first one to go. One more to come here. Now the Cowgirls are starting to see some of their players get into deep foul trouble here. 3 fouls on 5 different players. I think I told you that was Balagoon's 4th. It was actually just her 3rd. Free throws are good by Taylor. They cut it down to 3. 49-46 here. 1:20 to go in the third quarter of play. Martin picked up by Valdez Crater. Stays with her stride for stride as Martin drives in. Throws one up anyway. Hits the side of the backboard and pulled down by Valdez Crater. Up ahead to Taylor. Taylor drives it in. And it's a 1-point ball game with a minute to go in the third quarter. Sophie Taylor now with 13 points. And the Huskies have drawn back to within 1, all the way down from 12 points. Here's a runner on the baseline. Count the bucket as Maddox got the bucket to go off the glass, and she is fouled. And the foul is going to be on Lauren Calver. Third foul on Lauren. Maddox with 13 points now. Lauren will check out, and Kennedy Collins will check in for her. And Maddox at the free throw line. Rattles the shot around, but it'll drop down through. And they extend the lead up to 4 with 45 seconds to go in the third. Huskies within a point just a moment ago. Now down by 4. But possession of the basketball. Sophie Taylor going to drive in, blocked, but she's fouled. Rivas is going to get the personal, and Sophie will go back to the free throw line for 2 here. 34.3 to go on the third quarter clock. One way or another, the Huskies will still have one more possession here in the third period. And Taylor's first free throw is good. Sophie now with 14 points, make it 15 as she is perfect on the second free throw. 52-50 with 32 seconds to go. Martin up the floor, set up right side, out top to Bolton. Bolton pump fake on a three, takes it to the left angle. Picked up by Taylor. Out top to Martin, almost stolen by Amanda Johnson, but Martin saves it. Cut off as she tries to go to the baseline. Get it down low to Callie Maddox, and she gets the bucket to go. It's a 4-point lead. Taylor with the three at the buzzer. Count it, and it's going to be a 1-point game going to the final 10 minutes of play. As Sophie Taylor just lit it up here in the third. She has 18 points as we head to the final 10 minutes. Stick around. You're listening to it on the Husky Sports Network, watching on HBU TV.
You're listening to the Husky Sports Network, powered by DNA Studios.
It would be great if human beings were great at being human. And if all of mankind were made up of kind women and kind men. It would be wonderful if common knowledge was knowledge commonly known. And if the light from being enlightened into every heart was shown. It would be glorious if neighbors were neighborly, and indifference a forgotten word. It would be awesome if we shared everything, and being greedy was absurd. It would be spectacular if the golden rule was golden to every man, and the good things that we ever did was everything that we can.
Treating others like we'd like to be treated has always been our guiding principle.
Marriott Houston West Chase, a proud partner of HBU Athletics.
You're listening to the Husky Sports Network, powered by DNA Studios.
Fourth quarter about to get underway here at Sharp. 54-53. The Huskies outscore McNeese by 11 in the third quarter. It'll be Cowgirls basketball as we get underway here. Maddox, Rebus, Martin, Jones, and also Bolton, the five on the floor for Casey Cryer. Maddox drives in. She'll run it up. Won't get the shot to go, but she's fouled by Kennedy Collins. Collins picks up her third foul, first foul of the fourth quarter here, shooting foul, and it's going to send Maddox to the free throw line. You think the Huskies have kept Maddox fairly well in check today, but you look up, she makes the first free throw. She's got 17 points now with one more free throw to come. Now make it 18. As she takes the lead back up to 3, 56-53 as the Huskies bring it up. Valdez, Crater, Taylor, Collins, Amanda Johnson, and Zoe Wu out on the floor for Donna Finney. Zoe Wu from the right elbow gets the jumper to go face up against the defender, and she's got it. She's got 6 now, and the Huskies back to within 1. Meredith Martin, Martin going to try to put up a jumper. Her shot won't go, and a good hustling effort by Megan Valdez-Crater. Hit the deck as she went out of bounds to save the loose ball and got it to Sophie Taylor. She's up and into the front court now. Taylor right angle out top to Valdez-Crater. She'll drive it in, leave it out for Amanda Johnson on the wing. A three rolls off the iron, won't go. Maddox clears the board for the Cowgirls. Long outlet over in the corner to Bolton. Bolton gets the shot away and fires it in for a three. Bolton had been quiet for a while. Now she's got 10. It's back up to a 4-point lead, 59-55. Taylor cut off as she tries to drive in. She'll kick it back out to Valdez Crater. Now back to Taylor. Sophie will drive in, hit from behind, knocked out of bounds. They're going to say Maddox got basketball. There's a lot of body contact as well, but no whistle. And the Huskies will get it on the baseline with 14 seconds to go on the shot clock. Raya Haynes is going to check in. Madison Martin will check out. Taylor will inbound the basketball to Kennedy Collins. Give it to Sophie Taylor, right back. Sophie drives in, leave it out for Amanda Johnson on the wing. She drives into the paint, puts it up. Short off the front iron, the rebound tip, but controlled by Bolton for the Cowgirls. Up the floor, leave it for Bri Ashley Jones. She'll drive in. She's going to be fouled on the floor before she got to the rack. It's going to be Kennedy Collins picking up her 4th foul. Lauren Calver is about to check back in for her. Lauren's got 3 of her own with 8:06 to go. Haynes will go to the baseline to inbound it for the Cowgirls. Tries to feed it inbounds. Almost stolen away by Calver, but it's picked up. Underneath they go to Jones. Jones tries to put up a shot, won't go, and the rebound off to the Huskies. Long outlet to Calver. She'll kick it back out on top to Sophie Taylor. Back to Lauren Calver. Thought about a 3, drives in, leave it for Amanda Johnson from the left corner. She gets her 3 to go. And Amanda Johnson now with 15 points. And the Huskies back to within 1, 59-58. Haynes going to fire up a 3. Air balls it, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Huskies basketball with 7:24 to go, and HBU has a chance to take the lead on this possession. Megan Valdez Crater holds up 4 fingers as she brings it across the timeline. Taylor to Calver, back to Valdez Crater. They go out top. Johnson swing it around to Sophie Taylor. Back out top to Amanda. Open for a 3. Got it. She is on fire now. She and Taylor have heated it up here in the second half, each with 18 points, and the Huskies have a 2-point advantage. Their first lead since the first quarter of play. Bri Ashley Jones back to the basket. Zoe Wu backs off her a little bit. She finds Bolton. Bolton going to fire up a 3. Rattles out, won't stay down, and Valdez Crater is going to bring it back up for the Huskies. Into the front court. She'll leave it left angle for Taylor. Taylor to Calver. Calver swings it back around. Sophie Taylor, right side to the baseline, cut off. Back out top to Amanda Johnson. Swing it over to Valdez Crater. Drives in, left side. Blocking foul underneath. The foul's going to be on Maya Robinson, a freshman from Denham Springs, Louisiana, who checked in earlier. And Megan Valdez Crater has free throws on the first team foul of the fourth quarter against the Cowgirls. This has been a tale of 2 halves here. The Huskies outscored by 12 in the first half. Have now opened up 3-point lead after the first free throw by Megan Valdez Crater. Robinson and Haynes will check out for the Cowgirls. Balagoon and Martin check back in. Second free throw is good by Megan. And it's now a 4-point advantage for the Huskies. Balagoon back out on the floor. She's got the basketball. She's also carrying 4 fouls right now. Bolton to Martin. Martin will dribble left to right across the top of the arc. Stops in the middle, backs it out. Sets her half-court offense. Drives in, spin around, leave it for Maddox. Maddox going to drive in, put it up over Zoe Wu, and we got a whistle. Are they gonna call a foul here? That's a shot clock violation. And the Cowgirls just got bailed out. Now some discussion among the officials. The shot clock definitely went down to 0. There may be some question about when the contact occurred. Did Calver draw a foul before the clock went down to 0? Now the Huskies are going to head off to the side. And now the officials are going to send both teams to their benches, and they're going to come over to the monitor and take a look. And I would imagine what they want to see here is whether or not the shot clock expired before the foul occurred. Clock goes down to 1. Now again, they're going to take another look. They tried to get a different angle, but not good. (63-59), 5:51 to go. The Huskies have turned a 12-point halftime deficit into a 4-point lead right now. About to see if it's going to be Huskies basketball or McNeese State is going to draw the 4th foul on Lauren Calver. Well, we got a second. Remind you that the Huskies men are in action tonight. 7 p.m. Central is the start time for that one. We'll have the pregame show at 6:40 for you. Huskies men currently in a battle between 7 teams for the final 3 berths in the tournament. Now they're calling the coaches across the way to the middle of the floor to explain and it will be a foul on Calver. That is number 4 on Lauren Calver, 3rd on the Huskies here in the 4th quarter. So Madison Martin goes to the baseline. She gets it inbounds to Callie Maddox, and Maddox was left alone. Somebody forgot about her, and she lays it up and in easily for 2. So they get bailed out by the call, get the bucket, and they're back to within 2. Here's Sophie Taylor, fires up a 3. Off the feed from Amanda Johnson, won't go, but Valdez Crater runs down the loose ball and saves it. New shot clock for the Huskies. Nat Guarda has checked back in. She's in the high post, wants the ball, gets it back to the basket, turn around, looks for help, finds Sophie Taylor, right side, going to drive in and lay it off the window. And Taylor now has 20. Huskies back up by 4, 65-61. Rolling down to the 5-minute mark here in regulation time. Martin, left side to Maddox. Maddox drives down, cut off on the baseline, leave it back for Balagoon, wide open from the left elbow, and she gets it to go. She's got 16 now. It's back to a 2-point game. 65-63. Right at about where both these teams average scoring for the season. And it looks like it's going to come down to the wire. Zoe Wu for the Huskies. Dribbles to the middle, leave it down low for Guarda. Guarda turn around, puts up a little runner, scoops it up, won't go, and the rebound cleared by the Cowgirls. Jones off to Bolton, back to Jones in the paint, and she lays it up and in for 2. Ties us up at 65, 9 points now for Bree Ashley Jones. And again, Valdez Crater calls the play, going to drive in, gets a screen from Johnson, puts up the runner, it won't go, and the rebound cleared by Maddox for the Cowgirls. Off to Martin, to Bolton, back into the corner to Martin. Walk, no call, back out top to Bolton. And now we got a whistle away from the basketball, a 3-second violation by McNeese. Lauren Calver will check back in. Guarda will check out. Huskies basketball knotted up at 65, 3:50 to go. Sophie Taylor bringing it up off the inbounds feed from Megan Valdez-Crater. Gives it back to Valdez-Crater. High post to Zoe Wu. Puts it on the floor, kick it in the corner to Taylor. She'll drive to the left elbow, going to put up a jumper short. The rebound run down by Zoe Wu, but she kicked it on the end line, out of bounds off the Huskies. It'll be McNeese State basketball with 3:29 to go. Still tied at 65, and the Huskies again are going to apply some backcourt pressure here on the inbounds pass. And we're going to have a media timeout called here. The officials, I think, just realized they hadn't taken one yet. And we will take it right here. 65-65 is our score. The final 3.5 minutes to come on the Husky Sports Network.
What's on your mind, kid? Make it fast.
I'd like to work here at Jimmy John's, world's greatest gourmet sandwich shop, sir.
Why do you want to work at Jimmy John's, kid?
I'm perfect for Jimmy John's.
Doing what?
Delivery.
Delivery?
Delivery.
We deliver pretty fast here at Jimmy John's.
That's what I heard.
What'd you hear?
You deliver pretty fast here at Jimmy John's.
Then you heard right.
I'm a fast study, sir.
You know the Jim John's slogan?
The Jimmy John's slogan?
Jim John's slogan is sub so fast you'll freak.
Sub so fast you'll freak is a swell slogan, sir.
When people call for a Jimmy John's sandwich, they want it fast.
Then I'm your man, sir.
How so?
Because I'm fast.
Fast at what?
Fast at everything.
Can you deliver fast?
I can deliver fast.
How fast?
I can run a 4:40 and 2:20.
Minutes?
No seconds.
That's fast. You deliver before?
I delivered newspapers before.
Were you fast?
Very fast.
How fast?
People got tomorrow's paper today.
That's fast.
So do I have the job?
Not so fast. How do I know you're not just some fast talker?
I can get your references.
When?
Now.
These are good references.
Thank you.
But at Jimmy John's, you gotta be more than fast.
More than fast.
You gotta be polite.
Fast and polite.
Fast and polite.
I can do fast and polite.
Okay, give me some time to think it over.
Okay.
Okay, I've thought it over. When can you start?
Now.
Now's good. What's your name, kid?
Stefan Avalopoulos.
Too long. How about Ed?
Ed's fine.
Welcome aboard, Ed.
Jimmy John's Subs, an official sponsor of HBU Athletics.
You're listening to the Husky Sports Network, powered by DNA Studios.
Three minutes, 29 seconds to go in our ball game here. The Huskies tied up at 65 with the McNeese State Cowgirls. They have outscored McNeese 39-27 here in the second half after trailing by a dozen at the break. McNeese State, though, out of the timeout, has the basketball, and Bri Ashley Jones brings it up into the front court and hand it off to Martin. Martin goes to Maddox. Maddox drives in, kick it to Bolton. Bolton left to right, going to take it to the corner, and now turns to the rack and lays it off the glass and in for two. Reagan Bolton gives McNeese the lead back as we head under 3 minutes to go. Zoe Wu back to the basket, takes a feed from Valdez-Crater. Megan drives back, kick it out top to Calver. She'll drive in, take it to the middle, and drive it up and lay it in with the left hand. Calver ties us back up at 67, 2:40 to go. Bolton tries to feed it to Martin. Madison Martin saves it after Valdez-Crater tried to steal it. Gets it back to Bolton. She puts up a wild three, won't go, and the rebound's going to be tipped out of bounds. Lauren Calver got a hand on it, couldn't control, and it's out of bounds off the Huskies. 2:29 left. 67-67. Madison Martin dribbles out top, feeds it to Balagoon, left elbow, puts up a jumper on the turnaround, won't go. And Valdez-Crater with the board for the Huskies. Off to Taylor, skip it cross court to Amanda Johnson. She drives in, pull up on the baseline, put up a shot, won't go. Looked like she was struck on the arm. But we got a whistle after the missed shot, after the rebound. It's going to be on Johnson, her fourth foul of the fourth quarter on the Huskies. And McNeese will bring it up again, trying to break the tie of 67. Under 2 minutes to go now in our game, in regulation time at least. Bounce pass inside, knocked away by Calver, stolen by Sophie Taylor. Traffic goes by and Sophie gets it into the front court and she'll set it up. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Callie Maddox picks her up. She'll stop left angle, bounce pass down low to Amanda Johnson. Shot won't go, but there's Zoiwu for the rebound. She couldn't get it to go, and we got a whistle on the loose ball. It's going to be on Marilyn Zoiwu. She'll pick up the personal. Good hustle. That's just the first foul on Maryland. 5th foul on the team, so it's going to be free throws the rest of the way for the Cowgirls. And I think it's Bree Ashley Jones who will go to the line, and it is. So Jones with a pair of free throws here with 1:33 to go. First one rattles around, won't go down. One more to come. Still knotted up at 67. Second free throw won't go again. But there is Balagoon for the board underneath to Jones, and Jones gets the layup. Well, the Huskies hustled for the ball, but good positioning by Damilola Balagoon. And she got the pass down low to Jones, who got the bucket. And they're back up by 2. Now a whistle away from the basketball. And Reagan Bolton's going to pick up a foul. Just a second foul on the Cowgirls here in the fourth quarter. We've only got 73 seconds to go, so the Huskies are nowhere near being in the bonus. So on the baseline, they get it in to Amanda Johnson. She takes it in, scoops it up. And with the reverse English, it won't go. We're going to have a tied ball. Huskies basketball on the tie-up. Calver came out of there with it. And the Huskies will get the benefit. Sophie Taylor to the baseline. 1:07 to go. She gets it out top to Megan Valdez-Crater. Screen from Lauren Calver. Valdez-Crater drives down, has it go off her foot, out of bounds off the Huskies. And it will be McNeese State basketball with 59.7 seconds to go. And we have got a timeout on the floor. 59.7 left. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll hang on to it right here. This will give us an opportunity to check the conference scoreboard here. As we told you, McNeese came into this game with an outside chance to still get into the tournament 8 with the win. They would basically need to win out, but they still have a shot here. The Huskies are trying to play spoiler in that regard. Told you earlier that Nichols knocked off New Orleans. Nichols at 12-4 in the conference now. They're one of the top 4 seeds at the moment. Incarnate Word with a surprise win over A&M Corpus Christi. Corpus is in the mix for one of the 8 seeds in the tournament. Incarnate Word is not, but Incarnate Word with the 77-72 win on their home floor. Northwestern State and Southeastern Louisiana went to double overtime this afternoon. Northwestern State pulls out a 4-point win in Hammond, 60-56 in 2 OTs. That'll be conference win number 5 for Northwestern State. It'll drop Southeastern to 4-12. Here, McNeese has a 2-point lead in the basketball, under a minute to go. Get it inbounds. Bolton will give it off to Madison Martin. Martin gets a screen from Jones, goes right side to Bolton. So take it back to the middle. Megan Valdez-Crater trying to stay with her. Leave it for Martin. She'll back it way out top. Still 10 on the shot clock. Martin angles to the right, going to take it. Back out on the wing, goes to Bolton. She puts up a jumper, air balls it, won't go, and Calver with the rebound. Up ahead to Amanda Johnson, 1-on-2, so she'll back it out. Valdez-Crater going to call the play from Donna Finney. She'll drive in, take it to the rack, put it up, shot won't go. And the rebound is going to be cleared by Martin. She'll be fouled as the Huskies have to foul. And it's going to be on Taylor. Pretty good look that time for the Huskies on the shot. It just would not fall. And now they're going to send Madison Martin to the free throw line. and hope that she at least leaves them within 3, and she misses on the first one. One more to come. And the second one is good. So it is a 3-point game with 11 seconds to go, and Donna Finney will call a timeout and set up the final possession here. Trying to tie it up, send it to overtime. 70-67. Of course, if you're HBU, you most likely want it in the hands of Sophie Taylor or Amanda Johnson. Sophie with 20 today, Amanda with 18. Amanda, a 43% free throw shooter on the season, 3-point shooter on the season. Sophie, a 34% three-point shooter. They are, by percentage, the best long-distance shooters the Huskies have on the roster. They both have a couple today. Amanda 4 of 7 from the three-point line. Taylor 3 of 8. Inbounds to Johnson. Johnson to Valdez-Crater. Back to Johnson. She puts it up, and the shot is partially blocked, and that'll just about do it. Foul on Reagan Bolton by Megan Valdez-Crater with 0.96 seconds to go. And that will likely do it here. If Bolton makes both, or makes one of them, in fact, that's going to do it for the Huskies here. A great comeback, a valiant effort, but it's just going to come up a little bit short. Bolton gets the first one to go. She has 13, one more to come. That will do it. Donna Finney does want a timeout to talk it over with her team. 0.96 seconds, or technically what's showing on the clock, just under 1 full second to go. Donna Finney just used her next to the last timeout. She'll have one left. The Huskies will need a huge miracle. They'll need a quick trigger 3. And then they'll have to foul quickly and get the ball back and do all of this in 0.9 of a second. Seems impossible. Taylor inbound to Valdez-Crater. She'll get a shot off. It won't go, and that'll do it. And the Huskies will fall by 5 points here. 72-67. Take a quick timeout. Come back and put a quick wrap on this one here. Senior day for the Huskies. And they fall 72-67 to the McNeese State Cowgirls on the Husky Sports Network.
At Shipley Donuts, we make our donuts from scratch every single day. Nothing trucked in, frozen. And we are Texas born and raised since 1936. Not like those other guys. Shipley Donuts.
Rolling up on a cheap price feels good, but cheap comes with risk. Heart surgeons, pilots, no one hires a cheap one of them. Fact is, certain things must be done right. Installing electricity in Houston schools and hospitals needs to be built with manpower that spent 10,000 hours training to do their job. So for heart surgeons to do their job, we must do ours. Skilled labor isn't cheap, and cheap labor isn't all that skilled.
The time is now to hire IBEW electricians.
At Holiday Inn Express, we can't guarantee that you'll be able to contain yourself at our breakfast bar.
Morning, egg white omelet. Sup, Lady Bacon?
Fruit.
There it is.
But we can guarantee that you'll get the best price when you book with us.
Holiday Inn Express. Be the readiest.
Firehouse Subs was founded by 2 firefighters over 20 years ago. And once a firefighter, always a firefighter. So they've seen to it that a portion of your purchase at all U.S. Firehouse Subs locations now goes toward providing life-saving equipment for first responders. And one more thing, they make awesome subs.
Now get any of our 10 specialty subs in a new small size, each under 500 calories. Big flavor, small subs, starting at $3.99. Firehouse Subs, founded by firemen.
Going to school at Houston Baptist University was an excellent choice. As the official credit union of HBU, Houston Federal Credit Union is focused on helping you to continue to make great choices. HFCU will meet all your financial needs by providing the personal attention and variety of services you deserve. Stop by any of our convenient locations or visit our website, www.houstonfcu.org, and experience the credit union difference today. Dogs up. You're listening to the Husky Sports Network, powered by DNA Studios.
Back here at Sharp Gym on Senior Day, and the seniors for the Huskies about to be recognized. A brief recap for us. Donna Finney occupied with the activities for Senior Day, so we will not visit with her following this one, but a good comeback by the Huskies in the second half, outscoring McNeese State by 11 in the third quarter after trailing by 12 at halftime, then being outscored by 4 here in the fourth quarter to give McNeese State the 5-point win here as the final total, 72-67. The Huskies were out-rebounded today, 46-40, and that contributed to some of their woes here, especially early in the first half. They also turned the ball over. Actually wind up being down 14 turnovers for HBU to 16 for McNeese. So the actual turnover column kind of wound up balancing out a little bit, but McNeese took better advantage of the turnovers than the Huskies did, and come away with the 5-point win. Shooting-wise, the Huskies finish up 33% from the floor, 20 of 61, 7 of 18 from the three-point line, 39%, 20 of 26 at the free throw line. Very good shooting day at the line for the Huskies, 77%. McNeese, though, finishes up 39%, 26 of 66 from the floor, 3 of 16 from the three-point arc, and 17 of 23 from the free throw line. Leading scorers today, first of all for the Huskies, Sophie Taylor finishes with 21 points. Amanda Johnson has 18. Leading rebounder for the Huskies was Megan Valdez-Crater, who finishes with a dozen boards. Lauren Calver had 8 and 6 off the bench from Marilyn Zoiwu. McNeese State is led by 20 points from Callie Maddox. They get 16 from Balagoon Damalola Balagoon, 14 from Reagan Bolton, and 11 from Brie Ashley Jones. Jones and Balagoon each finished with double-doubles, 10 boards for Brie Ashley Jones to go with her 11 points, 15 rebounds for Balagoon to go with the 16-point effort this afternoon. So 72-67 is the final score. Huskies will drop to 2-14 in Southland Conference play, finish up the home portion of their schedule, and they'll head out on the road next week, Wednesday night, in San Antonio to take on Incarnate Word before finishing up next Saturday afternoon in Corpus Christi against the Texas A&M Corpus Christi Islanders. So that'll do it for us. We're going to say so long for the afternoon, but remind you that this evening the Huskies men take on the McNeese State men right here at Sharp Gym, 7 o'clock Central start time, 6:40 with the pregame show, and we invite you to join us then. So until then, for everyone that brought you this one, the entire HBU TV staff who were along for the ride today, including Chuck McCullough and Blue Jay Davis, all under the able direction and production of Mariano J. Rivera. For those guys, I'm Lonnie King for the Husky Sports Network, saying thank you for being with us. And until we see you again, so long and dogs up.
You've been listening to HBU Husky Sports on the DNA Husky Sports Network. These broadcasts are brought to you by the corporate partners of HBU Athletics, Houston Federal Credit Union, Memorial Hermann Healthcare System, Marriott Houston West Chase, Raising Cane's, Under Armour, Firehouse Subs, Pepsi, Shipley Donuts, 4 points by Sheraton, IBEW Local 716, Jimmy John Subs, Kolache Factory, and Holiday Inn Express. That's going to do it for now, but we thank you for being a part of this broadcast, and until we see you again down the road, so long, and dogs up.
And transitioning into a role as manager for the team the past 2 seasons. Charlotte assisted the team in everyday activities as well as photography and videography. In her 2 seasons as a Husky, she appeared in 23 games with 4 starts. Ladies and gentlemen, Charlotte Hodges. Next up, Amanda Johnson. Escorted by her mother, Debbie, father Dave, brother Eric, and grandmother Gloria. Amanda is a 4-year Levin winner for HBU out of Georgetown, Texas. She's appeared in 103 games, including 49 starts, leading the Huskies in scoring for 2 straight seasons, averaging 15.4 points a game as a junior, earning all Southland Conference third-team honors. Was also named to Academic All-District Team and First-Team Academic All-Southland Conference. Scored a career-high 32 points against Latorno on 93% shooting to go with 8 rebounds and 6 assists. Against Abilene Christian, she scored 30 points by making 5 of 9 from 3-point range. Scored a season-high 26 points again this season against Nichols and McNeese. Amanda is currently averaging 13 points and 2 rebounds while shooting 43% from the 3-point line. Was named up to the Google Cloud Academic All-District Team earlier this season, and just the other night surpassed 1,000 career points scoring for 14 against the Mavs. Also been considered her 1,000-point basketball. Everyone, a big round of applause. Number 14, Amanda Johnson. Next up, Bria Johnson. Escorted by her mother, Greg, and father, Jamie. Bria was out of Sunnyvale, Texas, appeared in 52 games with 20 starts as a Husky. As a freshman, was 3rd on the team in 3-point percentage, shooting 37%. Against Laurel Roberts, scored a career-high 12 on 3-for-5 shooting and a perfect 6-for-6 from the foul line. In a start against Incarnate Word, had 7 points on 3-for-5 shooting while dishing out 4 assists. Against Sam Houston State, she scored 10 points, grabbed a career-high 6 steals. Let's give her applause, Bria Johnson, number 10. Escorted by her boyfriend Jeremy and teammate Taylor. He's a 4-year post player for the Huskies out of Tashkent, Uzbekistan. Recorded a career-high 18 points on 82% shooting and added 11 rebounds and 3 blocks against Paul Quinn. Against Louisiana Tech, she scored 17 points on 7 of 11 shooting with 12 rebounds. Against Lamar, she scored 12 points with 12 rebounds. Earlier this season in a road victory against Louisiana Monroe, she scored a season-high 12 points and grabbed 7 rebounds to help the Huskies to a 68-60 win. Everybody, a big round of applause. Number 45, Veronica Perico. And our last senior, Sophie Taylor. Escorted by her mother Terry, father Greg, and brothers Riley and Griffin, our final senior shooting guard out of Austin, Texas, recorded a career-high 23 points, scoring a perfect 3 for 3 from 3-point range and 8 of 15 from the field against Houston Tillotson. Earlier this season against University of Southwest, put up a season-high 21 on 7 for 13 shooting with 5 rebounds. She almost matched that number again with 20 points and 5 rebounds against Sam Houston in late February. currently is third on the team in scoring, averaging 9.3 points per game. A big round of applause, our final senior here on Senior Day, number 5, Sophie Taylor. Once again, let's hear it for all our seniors from Houston Baptist women's basketball senior class. Kennedy Collins, Natalia Guarda, Charlotte Hodges, Amanda Johnson, Bria Johnson, Veronica Carriego, and Sophie Taylor. On behalf of HBU Athletics, we'd like to thank you for your dedication and hard work for the university on and off the court. And good luck in the future.